This right here is exactly why we love NASCAR. Just when you think you've figured a driver out, just when the story feels set in stone, something happens that flips everything upside down. And this week, on the biggest stage in American motorsports, that's exactly what we saw. Fans were buzzing, critics were caught off guard, and one driver proved a lot of people wrong, even if the final result doesn't really show it. Because if you're a true NASCAR fan, you already know the Daytona 500 isn't just another race. It's legacy, it's pressure, it's where careers are defined. And what we witnessed wasn't just a solid run, it was a statement. But of course, Daytona being Daytona, things didn't stay calm for long. Before we dive in, if you love real NASCAR breakdowns like this, make sure to like, subscribe, and join NASCAR Nation Report. We're building a true fan community here, and we're pushing toward 5,000 subscribers. Now, let's talk about what really happened. The driver who shocked everyone at the 2026 Daytona 500 was none other than Shane Van Gisbergen. Yes, that same SVG, the three-time Supercars champion from New Zealand, a road course specialist. A guy many fans still doubted when it came to oval racing. Coming into this race, there were still big question marks. We all remember his incredible Cup debut win in Chicago back in 2023. First start, no preparation, no adjustment period, just shows up and wins. Unreal. Then he followed that up with wins in Mexico City and a Charlotte Roval in 2025, building a reputation as one of the best road course racers in the series. But critics kept saying the same thing. He's just a road course guy. He can't handle superspeedways. He won't survive Daytona. And honestly, his 2025 Daytona 500 didn't help his case. He got caught in trouble early and never really recovered. But 2026 felt different. You could tell he came in with something to prove. And it didn't start easy. All three Trackhouse cars struggled in qualifying. SVG started way back in 37th, while Ross Chastain lined up 34th. Not exactly confidence-inspiring. But superspeedway racing isn't about where you start. It's about patience, timing, and finding the right partners in the draft. And SVG has openly admitted he's still learning that part of the game. Then came the dual race. Starting 19th, he stayed calm, managed his fuel, avoided trouble, and in a chaotic finish, brought it home in 6th. That performance locked him into 13th for the Daytona 500. Momentum was building. Race day, pure chaos. Before the green flag even dropped, multiple big names, including William Byron, had to start from the rear due to backup cars. Tension was high. And to make things worse, SVG had a small issue inside the car before the race even began. Not ideal at Daytona. But once the race started, he came alive. Within just a few laps, he had already worked his way into the top 3. In brutal wind conditions and tight 3-wide racing, he looked calm, confident, and completely in control. Even early cautions didn't slow him down. He stayed in the mix near the front. Then came a small but telling moment. While pushing William Byron in the draft, Byron got loose and brushed the wall. Immediately, SVG radioed his team and asked them to apologize. That says everything about him. Aggressive, but respectful. By stage 2, things got serious. From deep in the field, he charged back into the top 5. Then suddenly, he and his teammate Ross Chastain were battling at the front, with Kyle Larson pushing from behind. The outside lane formed, momentum built, and just like that, SVG took the lead of the Daytona 500. Let that sink in. The same driver, critics said, couldn't handle ovals, now leading the biggest oval race in the world. He looked comfortable, confident, like he belonged. But then, Daytona struck. With just a few laps left in Stage 2, Denny Hamlin made a move that triggered a massive multi-car crash. Cars went everywhere. SVG got caught up hitting Kyle Larson, spinning, and even colliding with his own teammate. From leading the race to heavy damage and multiple laps down in seconds. That's Daytona. They managed to repair the car, and he fought to stay in the race. A late caution gave him another chance, putting him back within reach. Final laps? Absolute chaos. Wrecks everywhere, leaders crashing, no one safe. And in the middle of all that, Tyler Reddick found a way through and won the 2026 Daytona 500. SVG crossed the line in 30th. And if you only look at the results, it doesn't look like much. But if you actually watch the race, you know the truth. He ran up front, he led laps, he controlled lanes. He proved he can race with the best on super speedways. That wasn't luck. That was a statement. The road course only label? It's starting to crack. Sure, he still has things to learn. Super speedway racing is unforgiving. But now, the entire garage knows he's a real threat at Daytona. And that changes everything. Sometimes growth doesn't show up in the final position. Sometimes it shows up in respect. So what do you think? Did this race prove he belongs on ovals, or do you still need to see more? If you enjoyed this breakdown, hit that like button, drop your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe to NASCAR Nation Report.